So, good afternoon, everyone. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? We have people here already. Welcome, Miriam Odinaka. Thank you so much for joining, and good day to you too. I hope you are enjoying your day, right? So, today we are having two amazing young individuals, Greatman Badom and Mr. Hollis Idabor, right? You know what we already do here on News Spotlight. We bring on young people who are doing amazing things and having them share their stories with us. So, today, another beautiful thing is going to be happening, and we want you to stay with us to the end, right? With me, I have a co-host, um, Miss Adeyomu, Janet. Janet, welcome to Youth Spotlight, and I'm so excited to be doing this together with you. Say hi to our audience.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Success. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm super excited. I'm sure that today we're going to learn a lot from these amazing guests we have today on the Youth Spotlight.
Yeah, of course, we are going to learn a lot from the amazing guests. Welcome, Miriam. Thank you for joining. Welcome, Victoria Nadi. Thank you for joining. You know how we do it here, right? Tag your friends. Tag at least 10 people to come and join us in today's conversation. We've already started, and our guests are backstage waiting for us to call him in, right? So we are going to be starting with immediate effect. We are going to be starting immediately with Mr. Greatman Badom, who is already here. Let me read out his profile. Greatman Badom is a passionate he is passionate and enthusiastic about the promotion of quality skill-based education. He is the managing director of Median International Education Limited and head of Mission UNESCO YOD River State. He promotes foreign and Nigerian indigenous language education as active communication skills useful in every field of human endeavor. As an ardent believer in the United Nations SDG 4, Greatman promotes international admission programs into low tuition and no tuition schools in Germany, Canada, UK, US, Spain, etc. to enable young people realize their dreams of studying abroad while imbibing global perspectives. Through UNESCO YOD, he promotes the ideals of UNESCO in River State and is the convener of the annual UNESCO YOD poetry competition for all primary and secondary schools in Nigeria State. So I'm going to be bringing him on board now. Welcome, Mr. Greatman. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. We can. Okay, I think it's better now. We're getting a feedback. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, then. So welcome to you. It's such a pleasure to have you in the conversation, and we are looking. Is it possible to use the voice from your coming from your house? Mr. Greatman, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, is it possible? Can you do something about the background noise?
Is it possible to?
Can you do something about your background noise? There is a disturbing noise.
Am I loud and clear? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. You are loud and clear.
You can see me, right?
No, we can't see you.
But my camera is on, so
Okay, I think the noise is so much better now. The noise has reduced now. Thank you so much for joining to Youth Spotlight.
am I visible now?
Now we can see you.
Okay.
We are going to get started immediately. I intentionally did not read out everything on your bio, right? Because I want you to come on here and get to tell us, in general, tell us about yourself. What are you currently actively into?
Can I get you again?
Tell us about yourself, right? Give us like a brief intro of what you are currently actively into. Your bio was quite, and I even thought it was quite. I'm actually for me.
Okay, a little about myself. I think I won't be saying anything much from what has been read already, because that's actually my profile. Um, One thing I'll always dwell on is that I'm passionate about languages, passionate about the benefits of languages, and that's what I promote basically for young people. I always ask people if you're a doctor or if you are an engineer, imagine yourself speaking more than one international language. It means that you have a wider range of um, engagement. So if you can speak German and still deploy your skills as an engineer, then it means that you can work in an English speaking country and also work in a German speaking country. So basically, that is what I promote. So when you talk about me, I want to be remembered as that person that always talked about language, not forgetting about our indigenous languages as well. I'm also passionate about our indigenous languages because I don't want them to go extinct. We're not, a lot of people are not talking about our languages. It's something that is not in the mainstream of discussion. So I'm even very happy that we have this conversation today, which is giving me a platform to talk about what I do. Because the language thing is essential and
Yeah.
it's a common part of our culture. So basically, when you mention Greatman Badom, what I want to come at the back of your mind is language.
Language. How many languages do you speak, sir?
Okay, first of all, I speak English, which we are able to communicate with right now. I tell them that Nigerian Pidgin English is also a language. So I speak the Nigerian Pidgin English fluently as well. Where I come from, I'm an Ogoni man, Rivers man. I speak two of my Ogoni dialects. I speak Gokana and I speak Kano fluently. About the international languages, I'm also trying to brace up, to brush up my skills as well. So I speak a little German, which I'm trying to build on my German proficiency. And of course, I have a little knowledge, a kind of introductory knowledge of French way back from school. I remember I did French in school and I was able to grasp a lot from the French language. So I can always do a basic introduction of myself anywhere I find myself in a French speaking place. So, how many did I mention? English, Pidgin, Bokana, Kana, little German, and French. So I think that's it.
All right. And which of these do you teach people? Do you teach them all of these languages? Which one do you teach people?
Yeah, we have a language school. Right now, I'm doing this call from the language school. I'm actually at the language school. I'm working from there today, so I'm actually at the language school. And at the language school, we promote all these languages. We have all the international languages I mentioned: French, Spanish, German, Chinese, Italian, Arabic. We have all these languages taught in the language school. We have our local languages as well, like Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba. We have those local languages taught as well. So we have instructors for these languages. And at the language school, of course, we promote all of them. I can't teach most of these languages, definitely.
Do you mind telling us how this languages stuff become like a career for you, right? Has it always been something you are passionate about from something and you found it?
Can you take that again?
Okay, do you mind telling us how you chose this career path, right? Has it always been something you are passionate about, or did something one thing to another and you found it to be like just give us the backstory or
Yeah,
how you came there?
yeah. About the language thing, I wouldn't say I've been passionate about it all along. I haven't been passionate about the language thing all along from the start of life. But we grow passions when we begin to go through different stages and phases of life. So for me, I am a trained guidance counselor. I studied psychology in the university. And when I got out of the university, I met a friend of mine. I took a counseling job where I was working in a school. So I met a friend of mine who said, I have the link to helping people realize their dreams in Germany. Germany offers tuition-free university education. We can promote this for Nigerians. Let Nigerians harness the benefits of the German education system. So we began with the German education system, and then when we sent people to Germany, we realized that they needed German language to thrive in Germany. So we began to teach German language. That's how we set up language school. Started teaching German language, and later on, I said, why don't we push forward? So we pushed forward to add other languages. So we added other languages like Spanish, like Chinese, like Italian, like Arabic, and the rest of them. So from the university, I didn't know anything about the language package. I wasn't acquainted with the language thing. In fact, as a matter of fact, when I got out of the university and I got involved in the language thing, if you ever ask me my biggest regret as a graduate from the university, it would be that I didn't study languages. If I had known a lot about languages, I would have studied languages as my course of study. I would have taken it as my course of study because I would have been happy to come out of the university speaking English, Spanish, German, and all of those languages. But since I was unable to get that information from the start of time, now I have the information. I have a language school. So what I couldn't get, I'm able to promote it today.
Yeah, that's really interesting, right? I have a couple questions for you on how anyone who goes into languages can attract opportunities, right? But then before we get into that, let's welcome here with us. Welcome, Messi Olubio. Thank you so much for joining. And of course, Jenna, feel free to ask him questions anytime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
guys, we have people here. At least feel free to come and join us today in this conversation. And don't be shy, don't be afraid or scared of doing this conversation. It's important that you share this live so your audience can know about it. And of course, come and learn. If you want to learn languages, you already know who to go to, right? If you want to learn languages, Mr. Greatman is here. Let's say you have a foreign opportunity, a travel abroad opportunity, and you want someone that can teach you how to speak a particular language to skill and increase your level, right? So he's going to be sharing with you opportunities that are available to you if you know how to speak this language and you want to grow in this. So do you have any questions for him, Jen?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I have a lot of questions. I'm someone who envy those who know how to speak a lot of languages. Now, but the thing here is, Mr. Greatman, can you tell us some of the challenges you've experienced trying to teach those who are no longer young children? You know, it's easy to teach a child how to speak different languages. It's beautiful because it helps the child's intelligence. But for someone like myself and some other person who might be listening to us right now, who is interested in speaking different languages, but the person is scared of trying. So please do tell us some of the challenges you've experienced trying to teach persons like us and how you've been able to tackle these challenges.
Okay. Basically, like I said, the language thing is not the mainstream discussion. It's not in the mainstream discussion. So it's a struggle. It's a struggle trying to get the language program down to the individuals out there. And they really come for it when they have the their need for it. So let's say I want to go to Germany. If you have a spouse in Germany, your spouse lives in Germany, and you want to go to Germany, you need the language. You need the A1 level of proficiency of that language, the German language. When you write the exams, then you can go meet your spouse in Germany. So people often wait till they have that need until there's nothing else they can do except they come to learn the language. That's when most of them want to do it. But what we are promoting from the language school is get this as a skill. The same way everybody has communication skills. In fact, I tell people language sits top in the communication skills. It sits at the top because without a common language of understanding, they can't communicate. So those who are children, like you said, they get to learn the language faster. Of course, they are their formative years. But those adults, it's not much of a struggle learning if they have the determination. One thing is determination, the second thing is purpose. When you're learning the language for a purpose, it gives you a driving force to learn. Let's say you know that your spouse is in Germany and you need to go to Germany only by speaking German language at the A1 proficiency level. Then obviously you would painstakingly take the time to learn a new language. If you have a job that you are going for, you will painstakingly learn a new language. But if you do not attach purpose to what you're doing and then there's no determination, then there will obviously be no driving force. So the driving force I give to everyone that walks into the language school, I tell them you have to be focused on your purpose. You focus on your purpose. The reason why you are learning the language is very important. You require this language proficiency thing to make progress to the next level of life. So if you must get that level of life, you must get the language thing done. So teaching adults it's not really been a problem once we're able to pass them through this onboarding stage of focus, determination, and doing it from the lens of purpose. So it's not a big deal. You can learn a language. It's not a big deal at all. You can learn a language. You just be determined to learn a new language and voila, you're there.
So I'll try. I'll try to learn. I've been inspired. I'll try to learn a foreign language soon. Thank you so much.
So we have Mr. Hollis here with us, right? Janet, do you mind introducing him?
All right. Okay, thank you so much. We have Mr. Hollis Idabor here. Mr. Hollis Idabor is the CEO of Meteor Digital Consult, realtor, author, sales consultant, and an economist. Hollis' captivating high flyer personality is highly sought after by high net worth individuals and high profile organizations who desire to operate in a deeper dimension of global influence and continued relevance. He completed his bachelor's in economics education Benin, Nigeria. He is the convener of the Conference of Stars, where he hosted 7 speakers from 7 different nations. He also conveyed the Quantum Leap Conversation, featuring 30 global leaders from 25 nations virtually. Welcome on board, Mr. Hollis Idabor. It's time for exceptional value from the digital consultant himself. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my success. Good afternoon, Mr. Greatman.
All right.
Good
Can you hear
afternoon.
me?
Good afternoon. Yeah, I can hear you. Good afternoon, Janet.
All right.
Thank you for having me around. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be a guest.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Janet, for that very beautiful introduction. So,
Welcome.
right, we are going to be starting with, of course, Mr. Hollis, right? Can you tell us about yourself? Just in brief, tell us about yourself.
Is that me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Yes.
Tell you about what?
About yourself.
Okay. My name again is Hollis Idabor. I'm the CEO of Meteor Digital Consult. It's a sales and marketing company. Currently in Currently I have some of our staff in 12 countries currently, and I'm into real estate. I'm a realtor. I work with Gavi Property and Estate, and I'm also an economist. And I write. I'm an author. I write. I speak. I'm an international speaker, and there are a lot of things that I do. Still, bother the fact that I believe in imparting life, because I will say every time that you are not a success until you have imparted others, until you have molded others. You are not a success until you have molded others. You have repeated yourself in other persons. So all I do is jar towards this purpose, to not just exist and do all of these things, but to replicate myself in the lives of other persons out there. So that's me.
That's interesting, right? You've mentioned a whole lot of things. Which of these things are you? Which of them is your main core? Like the one that
Okay,
is your core? Yeah.
I would say the more of the marketing and sales, because the
Mark,
point is the point is I run a marketing firm. I'm not the only one there. We have over 100 persons working in the team. So I don't get to do everything. That's one side. So I do real estate, and I'm currently in Jos, and I do real estate. And these are the two major things I do: the real estate and the sales and marketing company. Other ones are by the line.
So, Mr. Hollis, please, what
Yeah.
was your inspiration? What inspired you to start marketing and sales right now?
Okay. Because one thing I've come to understand that Africa have good products, but we many of us don't know how to really what's it called sell these products to the global market. Okay, we have products that can thrive globally, but only few Africans can really understand the what's it called the intricacies of marketing. So therefore, you can have a good product if you don't have a good marketing system, the product cannot thrive. You can also have a very bad product with good marketing, you'd even get a limelight. So one thing I'm after is trying to bring African brands in Africa to the global level. That's one of my driving force. That I want to see African brands thrive globally. Look at our music everywhere in the world. Let our product also go like that. So one of the things that will really drive our brands, if we have understand the essence of marketing. Marketing is very essential. The what's it called? The best product don't sell. Is the most head product that sell. The best product may not necessarily sell. Is the best head product that sell. Many of us are purchasing a particular commodity or a product because we have heard somebody say, "Oh, I've used it, I've done this and that." So what actually drive me towards starting a marketing company is because I want to see African brands get to the global stage, the global market. That's one of the driving force.
Well done. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, ma'am, success. Are you there?
yeah, I'm still here. Like it's very,
All
very
right.
fascinating whenever someone says that they are into sales and marketing. It's something that I'm into and I'm always, always passionate about hearing. Whenever it's sales and marketing, I'm in for that conversation. That's why I'm pretty excited to hear everything. Like expect a lot of questions from me today, Mr. Hollis. And
That's fine. That's
let's
fine.
start with the first one, right? Can you give us the marketing you are all about? It's like teaching how to market online, right? Or do you teach both online and offline marketing?
Because our company is not just a Nigeria-based company. We have our wings in other countries. So it's not just offline. We do online, offline. Okay, it's not a location-based company that Nigeria. No, no.
Okay, that's fine. So, and that leads to the main question. Please give us some marketing tips because I believe there are a lot of business owners like me that are listening to you right now, but then don't even know when you say marketing, they're like, what are you talking about? They are coming online to sell, but then they are not actually selling anything. So, please give us some marketing tips, tips that will help us market our business better and, of course, make more
Uh,
sales.
okay. First of all, is that the market? Let's bring down to the normal market. The market is noisy. The market is saturated. So one of the things that can make you stand out is first of all is before even bringing the products, have a target. Don't just because if you look at the market, normal market that will go to our traditional market. We have people selling clothes, people selling this. So one of the things I would tell people is that before you go into the market, know who you are after. You can't be for everybody. Know your target audience. That's the first thing I would say. Many persons are not really trying because they say, oh, they can't really define their target audience. So one of the first thing I would say before going to the market is define your target audience. Who do you want to satisfy? You can't satisfy everybody. So who do I want to satisfy? That's the first thing. Having done that, now ask yourself, what's the pain? What's the pain of this set of persons? What are their pain? What are their problems? Because you cannot collect a man's money if you're not bringing value to the table. So one thing, why will people pay you and really buy from is because you are touching their pain points. You have discovered their pain and their problem, and you are the second thing is what is discover their pain and their problem. The third thing is create a solution. Create a solution that can solve that particular what's it called pain and problem. And now I would even say that those that really thrive in marketing are not those that really after that product. Oh, I have this product. They come like a doctor, like a doctor. Oh, the first thing is diagnosis, knowing the pain of the problem of the people. Having done that, create a solution towards that problem. And if you have done that, the next thing is, where are these people? The first thing I said is define your target audience. Two is know their pain and their problem. The third is create a solution that resonates with the problem. The fourth is, where are these people? You must know where they are. Some if it's online, some of your customers are not on Facebook. They're not there. They see Facebook like children's app. They're not there. Know where your customers are. So I would say that many of us are marketing the right product to the wrong people. For you to make sales, you must give the right product to the right people. Did you get that part? I think I will stop there.
Yeah.
I got what you meant, right? For you to make sales, you you have to give the right products to the right people. Okay, that's fine. I think we'll pause it there for now and then proceed with the other questions, right? How did you get into sales and marketing?
How do I
How
what?
did, how did you get into sales and marketing? How did you decide that sales and marketing is what you actually want to do?
Oh, okay. I think first of all is right from my childhood, my mom usually say what's it called? She says foodstuffs, and while we're much younger, like from the age of 9, she would say go to the market, and we'll get to the market ourselves, and when we come back, we'll go to our shop, and we'll start selling for her. So when each time I come to the our shop, I try to talk to the customers. Come on, buy, come on, buy, come on, buy. So marketing has been something that has been there right from time. It has been something that I love to do so much. So growing up, having discovered the problem of many what's it called many company or many producers that they don't know how to really sell what they have to people. That's a problem. Then I said, oh, since I have always loved marketing right from childhood, why not start was it a career on this part? That was how I started what's it called? The journey of marketing. So what then do I do? I brought together some of my friends who are also good in this niche. We discussed about the entire thing, and we started something. We launched, I think, last year, and during the launch we had I think 17 speakers from 15 countries virtually, and from that launch we got our first client from Canada that I think was over almost around a million naira, and that we did that job. So it has been something that's always been there right from time, and that's the problem. I brought together a couple of friends. We thought about creating a platform that will solve this problem. Then we created Meteor Digital Consult. That was how we started.
Wow.
All right, I want to say something. I want to ask a question here
Go
regarding
ahead.
building a career. Yeah, thank you. Regarding building a career in a particular sphere, what's the role of mentorship in your journey in building your success? What's the role of mentorship?
Mentorship. Okay.
Yeah.
I always say one thing that mentors are shortcuts. You know, as Zinti said one thing, he said, if I see far than others, it's not because I am ahead of those that around me. It's because I am standing on the shoulder of those ahead of me. If I see far than others, it's because I am standing on the shoulders of those who have gone ahead of me. Many young people today don't want to they don't want to be mentored. They are not patient enough to get to the limelight. They want to just I'm at the limelight already. So mentorship for me is a shortcut. It's very essential. I have my mentors. Eh, mentorship is very essential. If you must really go far in life, you need mentors. Mentors are people who have gone ahead of you, people who know people whose present future, people's present future, people whose present life is your future, people whose present life is your future. They have gone there already. So
Mm,
if they don't, they're best to show you the path. That this path I've been there. Come, I've been there. One of my mentors, Stephen Carr in Canada. When we launch Meteor, he got me my first job that was close to a 1 million naira. And when he did the event in Canada. If it was live on Go Live, and they had over 27 million viewers on that channel that day. And through the program he did, that we did the marketing and the entire thing, we got our second job. That's a mentor. It was like I said, and daddy, I want to do this thing. He said, is that what you want to do? A blueprint for your life.
Janet, can you hear him?
no, no, no. I guess we've lost him. The audio. I guess
Yeah,
we've
Mr.
lost him.
Hollis, you can hear us. We can no longer hear you from our end. Okay, I don't think he can hear us either. Because it seems like,
Yeah.
all right, that's fine. Let's continue with Mr. Greatman until Hollis comes back. Right now, Mr. Great, can you tell us the opportunities that are available to people that learn languages? Like most persons still take this concept of languages very unseriously, right? Like you mentioned earlier, they don't actually realize that they need it until they have an urgent need for it. Let's say, it's still the same example that you gave. They have a spouse that lives in Germany and that they need to learn this language. So please, I would like you to enlighten us, right? What opportunities that are available to someone that is skilled that can speak many languages? I think your mic is
Your mic is muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
yes.
Yeah, thank you. So before I continue, I just want to also say a warm welcome to my co-speaker. Thank you very much for your wonderful words spewed already on this program. Right away to the opportunities for those in the language field. There are so many opportunities. So many opportunities. First of all, let's begin with the fact that Germany offers tuition-free university education to everybody that is able to speak German language. It's a plus. The added advantage is tuition free. Many Nigerians are not aware. You can study in Germany tuition free for your BSc, your MSc, and your PhD. Absolutely free of charge for both citizens and non citizens. It's an opportunity that is out there. It's been out there since 2008. We've been helping people study in Germany, and we're also willing to help as many persons as possible. The second opportunity I would like to highlight are the work opportunities. The job opportunities in Germany are so enormous. Working and schooling is accepted in Germany. If you can speak French, you will thrive better in Canada. You will thrive in Canada if you can speak French. French offers you a different platform other than the ordinary English speaker. If you can speak Spanish, you will find your foot better in America. But there are even many, Spanish is actually the second unofficial language of the US. There are many Spanish speakers in the US, so many Spanish speakers. In fact, all the movies you watch, you see, and always you must always have a Spanish word in all of those movies. So now let's come down to our local languages. But before I do that, let me come down to Chinese. Mandarin. Mandarin is the most spoken Chinese language. And in Nigeria alone, there are so many jobs with requirements Mandarin speaker. So many jobs. So the job language gradually becoming, I tell people, you ask me why am I in the language field? I tell them, look, I'm in a rare field. I'm seeing ahead what many people will not see today. Because language will suddenly become the basic requirement like computer. You know, you can't work anywhere today without the computer basic skill. You can't work anywhere. Anywhere you are going to work, even to work in church as a secretary to a pastor, you need to have knowledge of at least the basic Microsoft tools. At least the basic Microsoft tools. So languages will gradually become that thing that computer has become in our world today. Gradually, it is taking center stage. We're getting to the point where you'll be asked. I'm actually the head of mission for UNESCO River State. I was talking to my boss some weeks ago. That's the president of the Youth Orientation for Development UNESCO. I asked him, what are you still doing about some of the language programs we talked about? And he said, look, I'm currently here in the US trying to fix out some plans for our indigenous languages. Now I'm coming back home. A guy was to be employed in the US Army and he was asked what languages can he speak. And then so he said he's a Nigerian. They asked him, what local Nigerian language can you speak? He needed that for the interview. He lived in Lagos, he's an Igbo guy. He lived in Lagos, but he said he can't speak Igbo because he lived in Lagos. So the advantage he had was that while living in Lagos, he was able to imbibe the Yoruba language. So he was able to speak Yoruba language, and that was what passed him through the stage. Today he's in the US Army because he speaks Yoruba language. If you go down to the United States visa entry portal, you will see that every year there is a special program for speakers of Igbo and Yoruba languages, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa languages. Every year, it's called the Foreign Language Teachers Program. Every year they are looking for those that can speak Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, and they are taking them to the US. As I speak to you today in China, Igbo language is one of the official languages taught in the high school system. So when I talk about languages to Nigerians and they give that look like, oh, what are you talking about? What does my child need a language for? I laugh because the future that is ahead of us, your child will definitely need the language. And he will need two major languages, your indigenous language and at least another international language aside English. I tell people, why do you think the US is after the Nigerian Igbo language? You want to do business in Africa, you cannot throw Nigeria down. You can't throw Nigeria under the bus. If you must do business in Africa, you must have Nigeria in your picture. In fact, if you must do business in the world, Nigerians come almost top, first on the list. So when you want to do your business, you want to relate with a person, like he was saying, like the man of marketing was saying, you want to relate with people directly to what appeals to them. Now, if I come into a room and I speak Igbo and you hear Igbo, let's say we find ourselves today in Germany or in Canada, and I spoke Igbo language, it will immediately spring up chemistry between us. Immediately there will be some level of affinity, some level of acceptance. You would want to know who is that person that spoke Igbo language, because you are an Igbo person. Even if you're not an Igbo person, because you're a Nigerian, you feel at home, like, oh, I have somebody from my country who is right here in the room with me. I remember when I was traveling and I was in the bus from I was in the bus from Spain, and I was in the bus and I was a little confused about my journey. And towards the end of my journey, when I got to Paris, I heard some people speak. They spoke Igbo at the back of the bus. I'm not an Igbo man. I'm a Ragoni man from River State. But the moment I heard them speak Igbo, I quickly embraced them. I was like, "Oh, really? Do you stay in Paris?" "Oh, yes, I stay in Paris." We began to speak Pidgin English, the one we can all understand, and that's how I found my way around in Paris. So the language thing is becoming the next big thing. Today we have BBC Pidgin. Today we have BBC Igbo. Today we have BBC Yoruba. What do you think is happening? It's a gradual process. Gradually, it's coming, and it's going to be the mainstream suddenly. But for now, let me say thank you as well to the marketing guy. One opportunity I can link with the marketing thing for languages. One opportunity for languages with the language thing, with the marketing with the language thing is this. Imagine speaking to a wider audience of non-English speakers. How do you communicate your marketing materials to them? Do you know that there are so many raw materials today that we have in this country that are transported to other non-English speaking countries on a daily basis, and you need to interact with them? A lot of Nigerian business chain revolves around China. Can you speak Mandarin? Can you market your products to the Mandarin speaking nation? When our people travel to China, the first problem they have is the language barrier. For me, I call it the language advantage, because if you know how to speak the language, it becomes an advantage for you. So I asked them, when you travel to China, what is the first thing you face? They said, I'm a businessman, I travel to China, but I cannot speak Chinese language. It's a big deal. Many of them go and they are duped because they cannot communicate in the basic language of understanding. A few days ago, our president was in Saudi Arabia telling us that there are big business deals coming from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia speaks Arabic. Can you speak Arabic language? If Arabian companies begin to come into Nigeria to explore the potentials in Nigeria. Qatar opened up to the football world. Today, as we speak, the great footballers like Ronaldo and many of the rest of others are all in Nima, they are all in Qatar. And so they're all in Saudi Arabia. Qatar opened up to football, and then the Arab world is gradually opening up to exposure to the outside world. The language spoken in Qatar is Arabic. If today they begin to roll out opportunities for young people, how would you cope if you can't speak the language? As a matter of fact, my last trip to Europe was on the basis of language. On the basis of language, that's why I got that on the merit of languages. I was called to come and feature in a conference in Spain because of my indigenous language. So I tell people there are so many benefits for the language speakers. So many benefits. I think I will stop there.
Right? Like, is there a place, like maybe your social media platform? Do you post
Yes, we have a social media platform. I'll type that right now in the Facebook chat, in the Facebook comment section of the live program. I'll type it right in. Major international education. You can learn a language with us. If you're in Port Harcourt, you can learn physically. If you're outside Port Harcourt, you can join our online program. And of course, we are rolling a new program by next year called the Weekend Program. It's the Workaholic Program. For those workaholics that come back from work late, they can't come into the language class. Even if it's online, they can't harness it, but their weekends are free. We are rolling out a program called the Workaholic Program for the week for the workers. So every weekend, you have the chance to learn that language of your dream. So, of course, you can realize your dreams anywhere in the world.
Okay, I have another question, right? After we learn this, do you also teach? Do you help them do it, or do they have to do it themselves?
Okay, after you learn the language, we help connect you to these opportunities. As I speak today, there are so many nursing opportunities in Germany. I like talking about Germany because that's for me is my first love. That's why I began my business with. I began my business with the Germans. So there are so many business, there's so many opportunities for nurses in Germany. As at the last time I was speaking with my partner in Germany, he said just that month alone, 15,000 openings came up. 15,000 openings came up for engineers in Germany just that month alone. 15,000 openings. They are looking for engineers. While I was leaving Germany back to Nigeria, I got a news that a bank shut down because of lack of staff. The German population is an aging population. They are old. They are not so many young persons in Germany like we have in Nigeria. And I know that's the opportunity those are the opportunities that Nigerians are looking for. They want to jump. It's very many Nigerians want to hear this news. And I was reading the news some days ago because I like looking at what will happen in the future. I was looking at the news some days ago and I saw that the US Army is has put out a cry that so many young persons are refusing to join the US Army. Young people are refusing to join the US Army. What that is telling me is simply that very soon a new opportunity will come out for Nigerians who want to go and join the US Army. Nigerians are ready to go anywhere. They are ready to harness any opportunity that you avail them. So many people will soon, I'm sure, if care is not taken, I'm sure I'll wear my boots and join the US Army because the problem of the aging population will soon creep in. And when it happens, they'll begin to look out for young people out there who can willingly join the US Army if they can meet the requirements. So, of course, we are here to help you learn the language, help you get the opportunities. If you want to school in any of the countries I mentioned, and school there, we can help you. We won't just leave you alone. We won't leave you halfway.
Beautiful. Please drop the social media handle in the chat box so we can. So thank you so much for that very beautiful explanation. You've broken it down, and these were the questions in my mind. After you learn the language, what's next? What's the opportunity? And all that. So thank you so much. And we have people here with us. Welcome, Cynthia. Welcome to you too. And I hope you are amazing. And she said she's coming from Port Harcourt. Welcome to you, Cynthia. Welcome, Reese. Thank you for coming. Welcome, Harmony. It's great to have you today. And great to join us in today's. Tag at least 10 people and join us in today's conversation. Right. Okay, he has dropped it in the comment section. So if you are viewing, you can go and check out the video after the session. Right.
Success. I have a question. I have a question for the marketer. First of all, I really want to appreciate the language man here. Like, I've been really inspired. I've been inspired and motivated hearing you speak. So I have a question for the marketer. When you look at marketing, often at times when we hear some of you who are, pro in marketing, when we hear you talk, it's like, if you don't make this money, you don't know what you are doing. If you don't make this money, you are not really marketing to the right audience. Now, how do you inspire somebody who just started out as a marketer, who has an offer to market, and someone who is marketing, putting in so much energy but not getting the substantial result he or she ought to get? How do you speak to that person? Because you might have some persons like that amidst the audience today.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. The first thing is vision. If you are going into the market space, you must have a vision. Vision for me is the picture of the future you want to feature in the future. So vision, the first thing the person needs is defining his or her vision, because the market is saturated, is noisy. If you are going to the market without a defined vision, you'll be carried away. Did you get that part? So the first thing I would say is, when you go to the market, define your vision. I say vision again is the picture of the future you want to feature in the future. So when you're going into the market, ask yourself, where do I want to see myself in the next 5 years? That's the first thing. Then tell yourself, how do I get there? This is the picture, right? Then how do I get there in 5 years? Break those pictures into segments in 1 year, in 6 months, in 2 months. When you break those pictures into goals, you won't be carried away by what others are doing. Don't compare your 1 step or your 10 step to another man's 1,000 steps. Don't do that. You are a newbie. Yes, we are saying we have done millions, and you're like, hey, God, where, God, where now? God. Some things are not fasting and prayers. Some things are process. If you miss the process, you will miss the progress. If you miss the process, you will miss the progress. For every progress, there's a process. Did you get that part? For every progress, there's a process, and you are the product. So a product that avoids the process will perish. A product that avoid the process will what? Will perish. So the next thing I will say again is, see, the reason why many of us are carried away, or as newbies, you are upset when people are successful, is because you don't know where you are going to. If you don't know where you are going to, distraction is inevitable. Secondly, if I see a newbie, what I tell the person again is that look for mentors in that your feed you are going to. Who is doing what you are doing? Have a picture you are model. Have a model. The reason why many persons are out there are not really thriving is because they have no model, no template. They are doing it anyhow. They're doing it's like experiments. Try your luck. They will try there is a way that works. There is a way that works. So many newbie out there are doing try and error. They will try A will not work. 2 months later, they will try B will not work. But when you have models, you have people who have gone ahead of you, sit down and learn from them, pay for their classes, pay for their courses, and learn the system that works, their system that works. So the second thing I would say is get a model, a blueprint. There are people who have done what you intend to do. That's the second thing. 3 is collaborate. Collaborate. Competition is the tool of the weak man. Competition is the tool of the weak man. Competition is the, what's it called? Is the lowest level. Kings collaborate. When I started media, I didn't just start all by myself. I sat down. Who are the people that are trying to go where I want to go to? You get what I'm saying? Look at the people that who are taking the step you want to take too. Brainstorm together, collaborate together. No great invention is done by one man. Go and check it. No great invention that would attract kings is done by one man. So even if you are coming into that cycle, learn to collaborate with persons who are also in that field. The fourth thing I will say again is understand that results are, what's it called? It's a step by step, okay? You cannot start today and get tons of $1,000,000. Be contented with where you are. Be contented and push. If you make 10,000 today, be grateful to God for 10,000 you have made. Bible will say, it's not Bible. There is a saying that says appreciation is an application for more. Be grateful. One thing about appreciation or gratitude is that it strengthens your mind. Don't make one step today and like, I've not done anything. You have done something. Appreciate where you are. If you don't value where you are, you'll be down that the next level becomes impossible. So as a newbie, value where you are and know that there is always more you can achieve. think I will stop there. I don't have to take all your time.
All
I will
right.
stop there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Hollis. So you have to enjoy the process. You have to have a mentor. You have to collaborate, and also you should be contented but not satisfied. Thank you so much, sir. All right, ma'am. Success.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mr. Hollis. I have one more question, right? You do a lot of things, and you one of them is sales and marketing. What challenges do you face while running your business, and how are you able to overcome them?
What channel me to what?
What challenges do you face while running your business, and how are you able to overcome them?
Okay. One of the challenges that we have faced over times is that I'm one man who have the big picture. And one thing that happens when you are starting a company, starting anything, not everybody can really see what you are seeing. You get that part? Not everybody. Because when God gave you the vision, He didn't give it to them. So God has given the vision to you. So when I started, I not everybody was see what I was saying. I would say, we want to do this. They'll say, sir, is it possible? You get. So what do I do to actually solve that problem? I created, what's it called, a a a monthly class with my team called Vision Inside Compass. Vision Inside Compass with the visionary. Now, that's meeting is a meeting where I come to baptize them. I come to paint the picture, because one of the reasons why many staffs are are stealing from an organization or are not loyal to an organization, because they don't have the picture of the future of that company. They're just after the now. So therefore, they don't see what you are seeing. When you tell them that this company will be $1 million tomorrow, they're like, how is it possible? You get that part. So what I did was that to start Vision Inside Compass, VIC, with the visionary. I'm the visionary. So for an hour or 2 hours, I sit down and paint the picture for them. Constantly paint the picture. This is what we will be, and this is how we'll get there. So over time, I start seeing them. Oh, so it's possible now. Do you get that part? So one of the things I actually face at the beginning is people not see what I am seeing. And what do I do? I created a program called the Vision Inside Compass with the Visionary, where I come to talk to them about the picture of the future, the company wants to attain, and gradually I start seeing those staffs doing the things that are expected for them to do. So that was one thing that was one challenges for me, and I think that was how I solved that challenge.
Okay,
Thank
that's very
you.
good. Thank you very much. How about the mistakes? Have you made any mistakes, and what can we learn from them?
Definitely, there are mistakes. You know, I say one thing, that if you don't make mistake, you cannot grow. Mistakes are channel of growth. If you are afraid of failing, you can't succeed. So fail faster. I tell young people, fail faster, fail and fail and fail and fail. uh So if you are afraid of failing, you can't succeed. Many of us, failures are learning curve for us. So if you are afraid of failing, you cannot succeed. So one of the things mistake I've made is before now was what's it called? Trying to think that everybody can what's it called, can achieve certain things at my own pace. I try to compare myself with people walking around me, like, oh, I can do this thing in 10 seconds. So I expect you to do that thing in 10 seconds. So if you don't do that thing in 10 seconds, I'm upset, and I can be angry, of which is not, it doesn't worth it. You get that part? Where I can say, oh, I need this thing done the next 5 minutes. Forgetting that my capacity is even with that person's capacity. So one of the things I've learned over time is that as a leader, understand that everybody are not in the same shoe. Learn to work with people in their pace. So persons are not if they do things very fast, they can make mistakes. So one of the things I've made in time past is trying to think that everybody can do things at the same pace that I do things that I do.
Oh, okay, okay. I got that very clear. Mr. Greatman, are you still here with us? How about you? What mistakes have you made in your journey, like while building your business, and what can we learn from them?
All right. Definitely, like he has said, mistakes are inevitable. You must make mistakes because visions, you know, the head that bears the vision is one of the most difficult tasks in the universe. It's easy to follow at times than to lead because when you have to lead, you have to factor every other person's interest and differences, and you must convey that interest and difference towards achieving the vision. And it has been a tough journey. What I'm doing now, I've done it for 7 years. This is my seventh year having been in this field. And of course, I've made mistakes. I've made mistakes, marketing mistakes. There are mistakes you make sometimes, and you can print a whole flyer, 2,000 flyers. You can do all the jingles. You can do all the adverts, the Facebook ads. And when you come to the classroom, you find just a handful of persons coming to learn the language. It could be discouraged, it could be disheartening. But like he said, that has been my mantra, and that has been my driving force. Enjoy the process. We will grow. It's a stage by stage thing. Enjoy the process, we will grow. It's a stage by stage thing. Definitely, if you enjoy the process, then your mistakes will not be a mistake anymore. Your mistakes will suddenly become ladders. You know, when you climb a ladder, you have steps of going higher. When you make a mistake, if you see it as a mistake, you will sleep there and wallow in anguish. But if you see your mistakes or your errors as a new discovery, when you make a mistake, just tell yourself, I've seen a new way that that thing will not work. So I won't go back there again. If you make a mistake and you sleep there, you will remain there. But whenever you make a mistake, tell yourself, I've seen a new way, it will not work. So don't go there. So that's what our mentors even do for us. When our mentors' successes are a product of many years of failure. They have made all their mistakes, made all their mistakes, made all their mistakes, and then finally they are successful. All we see is the success. So for me, mistakes should not be taken as mistakes, they should be taken as new discoveries on how the vision cannot be achieved. So if you go with it that way, obviously you won't be daunted by the mistakes. But for me, definitely I've made mistakes, and of course I've learned from them.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Janet, do you have any more questions?
All right, no more questions. I would just like to appreciate both of them for our language man here, Mr. Great. Indeed, you are a great man. You really inspired me to break the ceiling and learn new languages to be able to get certain opportunities I desire. And for Mr. Hollis right here, you've charged me. You've charged me. You've told me I should enjoy the process. You've told me that I should collaborate. You've told me that I'm a product of my process, and whatever process I go through will result in the progress. Thank you so much for coming on board today. We are sincerely grateful.
Thank you. Thank you to the both of you. If you have anything to say, you can say it now.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna be saying this to every young person out there that you have you have seeds of value, you have invention inside of you. Don't deprive the world of the things that God has placed inside of you. Don't deprive the world of the things. There are songs inside of you, there are books inside of you, there are inventions that if you don't discover and manifest, the world will suffer. One of the things that has kept me over the years is I realize I've come to understand that their lives tied to my life. That if I fail, generations have failed. So if you watching me right now fail, lives will fail. So discover that one thing that God wants you to do. Discover that one thing that you can do better than other persons out there. Discover that thing, that invention inside of you and give it to the world. The world is waiting for your invention. Don't don't die full, die empty. Don't die full. Don't die with those seeds of value. If you do that, God will not be happy with you. So please and please, we are here to help you any day, anytime. If you have a product you want to ensure that it gets to nations, I'm a global man. I like nations. Eh. And one thing I will say again is that the world is a global village now. There's no limitation again. We have internet. So you can be in Nigeria here and build relationship. Very important. One thing I've built over the years is relationship with leaders in different nations. So you have technology. You can build relationship. It's very important. It will give you what money cannot even buy. Some of the things we are looking for is just a call away from us. Don't neglect the place of relationship. Even from the when I saw the flyer between me and Greatman, I went to check him on Facebook. I checked his profile. I saw he's a great man. So don't neglect the place of relationship. Relationship is a currency. It can give you what money cannot even buy. Some of your life transforming parts is just a call away. Don't go to the soil with your need, go with your seed. Don't go to this relationship with your needs. Help me, mentor me, help me, sir. No. Don't go to these people with your need. Go with your seed. Don't go to this soil of relationship with your need. Go with your seed. Great people don't like people in need. They don't do that. Great people don't like people in need. Help me. What do you have to offer? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming for staying tuned. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you very much, success. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, great man.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Well, Mr. Greatman, how about you? Do you have any last words for us?
Yeah, Mr. The marketer has said something that, in fact, I would say he speaks like a pastor. But my final words, I won't want to say what he has said because most of the things, our ideology is quite aligned. But most of the things he has said are things I would have loved to say. But I would like to say something. Whatever you do, plan to travel. Whatever you do, add traveling to your bucket list. Whatever you do, add a new language to your bucket list. Language fosters relationship. Language brings comfort to relationships. When we are communicating on a common term, I feel more comfortable. And whatever you do, please add to your bucket list that you should travel. Because my common phrases are this: when you speak more than one language, access a wider audience. And when you travel, you see the world from different pages. You see the world. What you thought was witchcraft in Nigeria is not witchcraft somewhere else. You know, so when it gives you a wider horizon, it broadens your view. You become more articulate. It helps you a whole lot. Even if it is traveling within the country, travel, explore people's culture. And my very last words to young people out there: please join us to preserve our indigenous languages. They are going extinct. They are the subject of our cultural value. If we do not have them tomorrow, we would not have a culture anymore. Please join hands in preserving your indigenous language. Call us, give us a call, tell us my language is this. I'm trying to work on my language project to make sure it doesn't go extinct. Reach out to me. We'll work on it together. We'll create something together to ensure that our languages do not go extinct. Please value relationships because they are our passport to the future. Value relationships, they are our passport to the future. And of course, my big, very good friend will always tell me that it is your meal ticket for tomorrow. It's your meal ticket for tomorrow. So handle it with care because it can afford you what money cannot buy. Thank you. Let me say thank you in different languages. So thank you, of course, in English. In Gokana, it's Ozage. In Kana, it's Oyage. In German, it's Danke. Danke schön. In Spanish, it's Gracias. In French, Merci beaucoup. In Chinese, it's Sheshe. I think I'll stop there. Thank you, guys.
I like the Spanish word better. I like the Spanish word better. It just so
Everybody
sweet.
loves Spanish.
Right, thank you so much. Thank you to the both of you, right? Guys, thank them in the comment section because it's actually not easy to come here, find some time and meet their busy schedule to come and share these stories and share these opportunities with us. So we love you and we appreciate you. And we, of course, we are Jamie Padre University. Hope to still work with you sometime again. Janet, over to you. You can close the show. Did you hear me,
All
Janet?
right. Thank you so much, Success. Thank you. Yes, yes, I did. I did. Thank you so much, Ma'am Success. Thank you so much, Mr. Sorry, Mr. Harris. Am I correct with that pronunciation of your name? Thank you so much. And Mr. Greatman, thank you so much. It's been our pleasure having you today. I learned a lot. I was inspired by Mr. Greatman's session. And yes, by the marketing consultant, I was charged. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure co-hosting today. I do hope some other time I'll be here again. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Success for the beautiful and warm reception. Okay. I think some other time we'll be having the youth spotlight. Please do tune in. Today was exceptional. You've learned a lot. You've been inspired and you've been charged. Inform others to come learn at Youth Spotlight. It's totally free. You're not paying. So please come up. Come, let's do this together. Okay, ma'am. Success.
All right, thank you, everyone. Thank you to everyone that tuned in today. We love and we appreciate you. And of course, your comments really, really warmed our hearts. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hollis. Thank you again, Mr. Greatman. You both can take your leave now. Thank you so much. Okay, while they are leaving, right, I would love to briefly tell us about the products that we have at Jamie Padre University so everyone can take advantage. We have the leadership certificate course, we have the public speaking certificate course, and we have the human resource management certificate course. The leadership certificate course is for individuals who are interested in learning leadership, right? You want to get into political positions in the future, you want to start up a business, you want to learn how to lead a successful team and so forth, then you have to get on board the leadership certificate course. Okay, get on board the leadership certificate course. After the course, you get certified. And for the human resource management certificate course, that one is for professionals, people who want to get into human resource management. We all know the importance of human resource managers in the society, in companies per se. They are like the brains of the company. They are like they are in charge of hiring and firing staff. They are in charge of teamwork. They are in charge of collaborations. Like they are in charge of everything, handling the daily activities of a company. And for you to get into that sector, imagine that you are a human resource manager for a financial or a tech company in Lagos or whatever state you are in. So you would be needing to have a lot of professional experiences. That means you have to have a certificate. You even need to be certified because these companies, that's what they are looking out for, right? They want someone that not just has the experience, but also can prove that they have the experience from their certificates. And of course, at Jamie Padua University, our certificates are not ordinary. We are registered both in Nigeria and in Canada. So our certificates have a global presence, right? So I would encourage you if you want to go into human resource management, then you must sign up for the human resource management certificate course. Lastly, the public speaking. Let's say you are someone that you have stage fright, you don't know how to make presentations, you don't know how to put your thoughts together, you end up forgetting what you want to say next. You want to be able to stand in front of the public and speak your thoughts clearly and articulatively, then sign up for our public speaking certificate course. Like that one is for you, okay? For every business owner, I'm sure you already know if you own a business or you intend to own a business, you need to know public speaking. Public speaking is a crucial factor. Like what are you going to do when you have your events? Let's say a virtual event where you have to show up and speak to people. What are you going to do when you get invited to organizations to speak? Public speaking is an essential skill. So if you want to learn all of this leadership, human resource management, and public speaking, then make sure to sign up for our all of these courses or any of these courses. Okay. So until we come your way again next time, thank you so much for joining
All
and
right.
do join in the next program.
Okay. All
Janet, do you
right.
have anything more to say?
All right, thank you so much, everyone who joined today's show. Thank you. Try as much as possible to join during the next episode. Thank you. All right, bye.